Disclaimer, we are not professionals. This is all just kind of, we're winging it, and we'll tell you what not to do, and then what to do. You can just rip it off.
Yeah, sure.
We're not using this one.
What's up, everyone? Griever here, along with Arleen, and we are here to start the Road to Starfire build thing.
Yes.
I don't know. We're still trying to figure out how we're calling videos and projects and stuff like that, but this is going to be the Starfire armor build I mentioned in the announcement video. So we're going to start off with that. We have some EVA foam, we have a heat gun, we have a bunch of stuff to cut stuff with, we have saran wrap. What does it all mean? Well, we're about to find out as we do this.
Fingers crossed he doesn't burn my hair.
Fingers crossed.
The way our arm works is bothering me now.
We're working on the Starfire armor, and this is going to be the bracers.
Okay, so you need your elbow out and flat going across to an open palm. First time we did it, we had it twisted, and that, because I mean, it should work like that. But it didn't.
Yeah,
so we're gonna do it like this.
Yeah, I think it's the plastic wrap. It was
limiting my movements.
Yeah. For those of you who are new to this channel, thank you very much for joining us. Where we currently are is my workshop, aka my garage, which is not heated.
And I have a blood circulation problem in my hands and feet. So I get cold very quickly. You might see my hand turn blue. It's not him cutting off my circulation. Safety first. It's just I'm really cold.
Don't worry.
Plus I'm really skinny, so there's nothing to keep me warm.
Well, this is actually going a little easier because instead of, like last time, instead of doing...
You missed a spot.
Yeah, I know. I'm going back to it.
I wasn't sure if you could see it.
Yeah. Because what we're doing this time is, in the previous attempt, I just did strips, which really didn't work out all that great. So, I mean, now I'm kind of doing strips again, but I'm doing it more of I'm just wrapping it around, which makes it a little bit more taut and also a lot easier.
Trial and error, people. We do it for you.
Okay, and that looks good.
Put a little bit lower over here.
Oh, that's right. The bracer has a lip on it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So that way it goes further up this way, but over here it's gonna be cut out a little bit.
Yeah. So
just wrap it all the way around.
Well, what I'll do is I'll just do this and stuff. And I think that should be good.
It's okay if it hits my skin, because we're using painter's tape instead of freaking duct tape. So I don't care that much.
Alright, there we go.
Yay!
Alrighty, so.
Reference photos.
I'll either put a link or something for the reference photo below, or I may just insert it here.
Okay.
That's upside down.
Well, yeah, so you know how to draw it.
Oh!
I know, I'm not... That's the way my hand is.
Yeah, you know what? Logic.
There was logic behind my thought process, I promise you.
Okay, so probably start it here?
Yeah, but that's...
Or do you want it lower?
No, I don't want it any lower than that.
Alright.
You're kind of tilting my hand. There we go.
Sorry.
I want to make sure you get the lines right.
that's awkward.
No, it's fine.
Alright, I think that should be good. Check the pattern.
Yo!
Nice! Yeah.
No, I can't I can't bend my arm that way right now.
Okay. Now the fun part. Removing said pattern.
That's you just cut right up. Because that's where the opening of the foam is going to be anyways.
Yeah.
So I can slide my hand in and out nicely.
If I poke you, I'm sorry.
And I'm a big girl.
I know, but I don't want our first actual video of me drawing blood.
That one might have.
Sorry.
It's okay. Here. Oh no, I'm not left-handed. So, step 1 was saran wrap arm to protect obviously your skin and hair from tape. Step 2. Oh, wait!
What?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. For a hot second, I thought you were cutting one of these. I'm like, no, both are on my arm. Sorry. Step 2. Ah!
Oh.
Ow. Just pinched me. No blood.
Sorry.
Just pinched.
Okay.
Step 2.
Step 2 is stop screaming at the person with the scissors.
It hurts. Alright, you're good. We're in the clear.
Sorry. No blood.
No blood. Little nicks. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the nicks. One there.
Sorry.
One there.
Okay, you can look at it this way. You will when we hit the hunter, you're probably gonna wind up getting some payback.
No, I'm gentle with scissors. My mom said that I was the best kid she ever saw with scissors. She's a teacher, so like she wouldn't give me praise for something I wasn't good at.
Okay. Now, step 3 is going to be fun because I got to trim out the extra stuff.
Step 4.
Oh, okay.
Step 1 is saran wrap. Step 2 is tape. Step 3 is pattern. Step 4
is cutting.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Ow.
Sorry.
He cut me. So rude. I don't think you can see it. No, you can't. You can get that out. Sorry, that really hurt.
I'm sorry. You're laughing about it, so therefore I get a pass.
Because it's adorable, because I know you probably are like, oh no, what I do on the inside.
I really am.
This big old teddy bear.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to switch a little bit of perspective. I'm going to actually go to my overhead of the workbench so that you can actually see me cutting out the pattern from the gauntlet. Oh, and in case no one's actually seeing what I'm actually doing because my giant meat paw is in the way, but since I'm starting kind of cutting in the middle of the lines, what I'm actually doing is to find my line again. I'm actually just putting just a little bit of pressure on the foam itself to just make that separation, and then just sliding the blade right back into where it was, and then just boom, done.
Alright, now let's see if we did that correctly and see if it fits the other arm. Okay, so wrist is there. Boom, boom. Yeah, it's a little bit thicker. So, I'm gonna have to chop off a little there. But otherwise, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Thank God we used thinner foam because I would not be able to move my hand when I actually get this done.
Yeah, but you're also gonna have to be careful because you got the
little pop up there.
The
well,
gem
when
right there.
Oh, true. The gem will be there. Right.
There.
See, I want to make this a little bit more tighter. I'll just have that.
Yeah, that works.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, that works.
Because we're also going to melt it so that it'll take this shape so that little air pocket won't be there either.
Yeah. So that's going to be fun. You told me. So.
That way, like, if I So for those who don't know what I'm talking about, so here I want to leave at least a little room between here. Like it'll, like when we cut it, it'll line up, and that way, so it'll just a little bit open up, so I can slide my hand in, because obviously this part of my hand is thicker than here.
I see. You almost want to like kind of. You want to
so
just like
they'll
you
be
want to
close
just like
together.
shell it, so this way it looks closed, but there's nothing really holding it, so you can.
I can slide in and out very easy. I had this whole thought out before we came here.
Yes. Okay, so gonna try a different angle to see us actually using the heat gun, but still probably be here on the workbench. So we'll go to that now. I'm really liking the snap transition. Let's try it again. I'm wearing the same one, so we already explained that we were in a garage and it's cold. So
I got cold.
All right, so
oh no, camera's there. I got cold.
Okay, so do you want to do right or left first?
Let's go with the right. Well, no, if I burn myself, I want it to be on the left. Never mind. All right, left hand first.
Okay, so what we're going to do is this. We're going to attempt to heat form the foam by heating it over a heat gun first and then molding it to the arm. Hopefully we're not doing this completely ass backwards and I'm going to scald.
Ah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Famous last words.
Remember the lines are the part on the top.
I'm hitting both sides.
Okay.
Keep it moving over the foam. You don't want to leave it and
you don't want to melt the foam. No foam melting, otherwise you gotta do it all over again. Oh, that actually feels really nice.
Do you want me to try and maybe hit it real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Make sure it's in the right spot. Okay. Oh, wait. Have my arm free. Remember to keep your arm like this. Oh, give me a pin. Make our lives a little easier. I can't pin myself.
I don't want to be entrusted with going near you with a sharp object again.
I have faith in you.
Please don't.
No, you're fine. You're fine. There you go.
I actually got it there.
Yeah, you did.
Oh shit.
No.
Damn it.
Okay, screw it. We're just. Where's the tape? Give me the tape.
That I can do.
After the scissor fiasco, I think I scared him from sharp objects near me.
I was really hoping for blood drawing on the second episode.
Well, there was no blood drawn, just a popped blood vessel.
Same difference.
Oh, so you guys can't see what we're doing.
Yeah. Again, we're trying to redneck engineer some cosplay stuff here. So.
All right. Good. No! I was trying to show them.
Okay. Well, in all fairness, I am kind of using the cheap
tape. Yep.
Yeah, frog tape.
So I will hold it in place so you can see what we're doing. It's taped down.
Try and heat form this now.
It's gonna have to be like this.
Okay. And again, totally redneck engineering this. If anyone has better tips, please leave them in the comments down below.
I'm not gonna lie, the heat feels really good. Now, we did read the directions before using this heat gun. It does say to use it on low.
Which we are.
It's just such an awkward angle. Yeah! I mean, it is curving up better.
It is curving.
So you can see better on this side.
I'm wondering, though, should we make it thicker now? And try and curve it at that point? It's because we were trying to figure stuff out.
Alright, so what had happened was we were trying to see if a thicker foam might be able to work, because when we were heating the thinner foam, this is about 1 millimeter, I think.
Yeah.
It just wasn't taking. And the thicker foam, it looks too bulky. So we just kind of left the heat on for longer, and so now it does hold the shape. It's just a matter of not being don't be too liberal, otherwise it won't, otherwise it'll start to melt. You can actually see some popping. I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera or not. Some popping in the foam right there, just so that's taking that shape. But obviously you don't want to melt it either.
So what we're going to do is we're going to try and cut out like a couple more of these and see if we can layer the foam first and then form it.
Yep.
We edit this. Okay, so change of plans. We're not going to do layering. So yeah, this is a little scatterbrained, and we apologize for this, but we are trying our best to make a step-by-step, as you go, cohesive understanding of what the hell we're doing, with trying to include as much possible of the figuring out process as possible as well, because this way you can see where we're making mistakes, or if you may think you can kind of figure out how, okay, they didn't get it to work, but maybe we could, then by all means, please definitely go right ahead on it.
And comment below on what we did wrong, please.
I'm sure there will be plenty of that.
Well, because we gotta know, because there's definitely going to be future projects, especially when we do the collar next time.
Yes.
That we're definitely going to need some tips and tricks if you have any.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. Also, also eventually, when we do build that T60 power armor from Fallout 4 next month, that's going to be... I'm kidding. We are so not doing that.
It is, what was the other future project? We have a lot of future projects on the board.
Yes,
I
there's a lot.
forgot to bring my list.
Yes.
I was so excited about Starfire. So excited.
Yes.
All right.
So, we've decided we're going to stick with the heat forming. And again, your mileage may vary on it, of whether you want to do this or if you just want to take some little contact cement and just seal it here if your wrist is big enough, or if you want to use magnets, something along those lines. Keep it separated. Arleen doesn't want to go that route, so we're not going that route.
Because, again, with Starfire, the reason why I wanted to make her actual chest piece and wrist braces out of foam is because they definitely are more armor. I know she has essentially a matching belt in the tops of her boots, but those I think I can just make with a silvery type of fabric. And then her armor, it really should be armor. But again, it needs to be lightweight so I can still move around in it, still have that flexibility, so I don't have restrictive movement of my wrists, and eventually when we do the collar piece, the shoulders, that one I'm most nervous about. So
we're going with foam smithing.
We are. So while we were trying to decide which foam thickness we wanted to do, James did cut out a few other templates that we created earlier, just to have on his backhand, because we most likely will screw at least one of these up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm convinced. So
remember, we are not professionals.
So while he was doing that, I was just... I don't like my wording here, but I can't think of any other phrasing. I was playing with the heat gun. Please don't play with it like it's a toy. Just don't. Don't sue me. And I was able to figure out it is just a lot of using it yourself and getting the feel for what the foam starts to look like. You do tend to see a kind of chemical reaction of how the foam is when it's actually starting to take form when you're placing the heat on it. So I was able to
when you do heat the foam, it also helps with it as well for painting it as well. We're going to actually plasti dip all this stuff, which will be like part 3 or something like that. But besides plasti dipping, which will help seal, which will also help keep spray paints and such and foams like that, paints like that stick to the foam. Running your heat gun over the foam will also help seal the foam as well, and also kind of give it a nice little sheen too, depending on how well or how close you get to it.
Actually, I didn't know that, but you're right. The sheen on this side is unbelievable. So yeah, right now it's in the beginning phases of, so it will stay on, and obviously the whole thing won't move with me, but when we get it a little bit tighter, it will. It's just, again, a matter of trial and error. We'll probably show some of it, especially because, again, this is our dummy. We're just going to keep playing with it till we get it right and then show you how we actually did it with one of our new little cutout pieces.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Excellent.
All right, let's get back to it.
I gotta go like that. Yeah, I'm gonna freehand it. I'm gonna be a badass. Pray for me.
A lot of times when you're doing the templates like this and all, it's always good to have an idea of what you're doing, but eventually it's sometimes because everyone has different body sizes and girth and width and all that stuff. Width.
Oh, width. I heard width.
No,
sorry.
Width.
Sorry, continue.
Anyway, you're gonna even if we did put this pattern up, which we're probably not going to, but who knows, maybe about future stuff. But you always got, unless it's like a prop, any kind of costume pattern, you always have to kind of alter to fit your body to begin with. So, and while we did actually make this pattern off of Arleen's arm earlier, it's still a matter of trial and error because it's still, you know, it's a fluid piece, so to speak. You know, you have all the curves and the turns and this and that and all that stuff, and I'm rambling like an idiot, but, you know, it happens. It happens a lot on my channel.
You're not rambling like an idiot. You are explaining, I think, quite fluently.
You're too kind.
Hold on, wait. Oh, you know what? Okay. I'm gonna do something we probably shouldn't. Give me the duct tape.
When in doubt, duck it.
To my skin.
Wait, I had a thought.
Which is?
Open it. Open!
Ah! Okay, but that still doesn't do what I wanted it to. It needs to be tighter than that.
Is your hand going to be able to get out like that?
Well, because it's not going to tape together, right?
What's that?
Did we decide on that already? That's not... Is it... This is going to be an open slit? Or are we going to Velcro it or magnet it?
You know, Velcro might not be a bad idea.
Velcro might not.
So if that's the case, then the Velcro could go just like a little strip right under there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that should be fine.
Want to do that? Okay. So I want to make sure that the thumb thing is lined up appropriately. Okay. So now make it tighter. We're going to have to cut some of this here.
So I definitely did that way too wide.
Way too wide.
Yeah, so it's almost just going over the top of her hand. It's not even like kind of like covering it.
Yeah. So gonna make a little teeny tiny neck right there. God, my hand is small. That's the back of my hand. God. I hate being tiny.
Spot on.
Huh. I'm proud of me. I'm so freaking proud of me. Okay, so I actually got to show you guys what I just did. So I literally just eyeballed it, made little nicks of where just kind of the edges would be. So now it just ever so perfectly. So you can see inside my pinky goes along the what accent was that? I don't even know. So just so nicely forms around the top of my hand. Let's put a reference photo of Starfire right here if we could. And so this part we still have plenty of foam to work with, just to make sure that it wraps around. And then what we have decided on is we're going to put little strips of Velcro here, so that way these two can just overlap and the Velcro will keep it very taut to my arm the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think the Velcro will probably go on like last.
Yeah, because obviously we need to paint it first. So
yeah,
but
so,
I'm impressed by this one.
So I think the first stage of the Starfire gauntlets are pretty well off.
Yeah.
So we're going to work on the second one and probably stop part 1 of the bracer build here. So thank you everyone for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, as always, throw us a like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, give the little bell icon a click so you can see our silliness.
I'm silly.
And we'll see you guys next time as we continue building Starfire's bracers. Later.